Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah with Jujube Crafts and More. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today I'm taking part in a challenge. This is a Mackenzie-Childs inspired spring DIY challenge, and it is being hosted by Antoinette at Decorating Aunt's Place and co-hosted by Annie at Indie Annie Jones. Please make sure you go check out both of their channels. I'll leave their channels in the description box below. And there is also a playlist for today. Check out the playlist to get lots and lots of Mackenzie-Childs inspiration. So to get started with our first DIY, we're going to take one of these square decor art pieces from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to take off that 3D decorated element. Next, I'm going to sand down the front of this little sign. I tried to take the paper off, but it was really stuck, so I decided to just sand it down and make it as smooth as I could. Next, I'm going to take this Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, and I'm going to end up giving this 3 coats of paint. And then I'll also paint the inside of this frame. Now you'll see that I did start to paint the outside, but it's not necessary because we're going to cover this up. So just give the inside frame 2 coats of chalk paint. Next, I'm going to take the back piece and I am going to mark off lines so that I can make a black and white vertical lines on this piece. Next, I'm going to take a makeup sponge and some of the Waverly ink chalk paint, and I'm just going to dab that on until I've got full coverage in those blank areas. And here's the reveal. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to join my little YouTube family. Just hit that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So while I have my black chalk paint out, I am just going to do the outside edge of this frame in the black ink Waverly chalk paint. Then I'm going to pop the back pop the back back onto the frame. And it fits snugly enough that I didn't even need glue. Next, I wanted my black and white stripes to go up the edge of my frame. So I am just taking more of that washi tape and I'm going to create the lines on the frame. This was kind of hard, so just take your time and go slow and you'll get there. But it makes a big impact, so it's definitely worth it to do this part. And here is how it looks once the tape is removed. Next, I created a frame using the jumbo popsicle sticks or the craft sticks from Walmart. And I just miter cut them with my miter box and saw that I got from Walmart as well. And I'm just putting them together using a little bit of painter's tape for the time being, and then I will flip them over and run a bead of hot glue down the seam and then cover it with some duct tape for added security. But because these popsicle sticks are so light, that's all it needed. Next, I'm going to take some of this folk art metallic paint in gold, and I'm going to give this frame 2 coats of this gold paint. Next, I'm just going to hot glue the frame right onto my shadow box, and I'll secure the edge with a little bit of hot glue as well. Next, I created this poppy using my Cricut It is just a 3D poppy flower that you can find in Design Space. And then I'm taking this gold marker, paint marker that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going around the petals of this poppy with that gold marker to create a little bit more interest on it. And I have to say, this is the first time I've used this marker, and I was very impressed with it. So doesn't it make that pop? I think it makes that flower just really stand out and pop. Next, I'm just gonna hot glue the flower right into the middle of my frame. And that is what we have. This is inspired by an actual piece that Mackenzie-Childs sells, and I think it turned out beautiful. For DIY number 2, we're gonna create a beaded garland. So to get started, I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree bunny ornaments, and I'm just going to give it one coat of the Waverly chalk paint in plaster. Next, I'm going to take my ruler and a Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to make some vertical lines and then some horizontal lines, so that I can create a checker pattern for this bunny. Now when you're using a ruler, make sure you lift up on your ruler and don't drag it, or you'll get a little bit of bleedage from the marker. So hey, if you're on Instagram, come on over to Instagram and follow me at Jujubee Crafts and More. I would love to have you over there as well. Next, I'm just going to take that same Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to start creating that checkerboard pattern. This was very easy to do and took just a couple of minutes to fill in the whole entire bunny. And I am showing you here that I painted some of these wood beads in gold paint. And then I'm going to Mod Podge on some of this beautiful tissue paper that I found at the Dollar Tree. I'm Mod Podging this tissue paper onto these beads. So I just tore off small pieces of the paper, and I'm just Mod Podging them right onto the bead. And I apologize so much that I'm out of frame on this. I had moved my camera a little bit to try and get a better shot, and I didn't realize that I was completely out of frame, so I do apologize. But here's a close look at how those beads turned out. I think they are gorgeous. So then I'm just going to string my garland. So I'm just going to take a medium gold bead, and then one of the decoupage beads, and then a small gold bead, and then a decoupage bead, and then I'm going to continue that pattern until I have the length that I want. Next, I'm just going to tie this off in a knot at the bunny's little ear there. And then I'm going to snip off, probably 10 inches or so of twine left over. Next, I'm going to make a tassel for this garland, and I am just using this cotton twine from the Dollar Tree, and I'm wrapping around my fingers, I don't know, a bunch of times. I just wrapped it around until I was done. So then I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to open up my loops, and I am going to thread that piece that was cut off at the end of the beads, and then I'm going to tie it right up next to my beads. So I'll give that a double knot right there. And make sure you're pushing your beads up so that you don't have any gaps between your beads and either your tassel or your bunny. So I lost the footage of me finishing up the tassel, but I'll just go down about 1 inch, and then I'll take a length of twine, wrap it around all of the strings a couple times, knot it off, and then just clip off the ends and make it all pretty. So here's a look at how my little bunny garland turned out. I think it is perfect and screams Mackenzie-Childs. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of these projects. And like I said before, if you like my video, give me a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful, happy, healthy, and blessed day. And I will talk to you at the next one. Bye!